target of bombardment, and the whole industry can be ruined to ashes. That is, it is not wise to put all eggs in one basket. The industry should be decentralized throughout the country, not just or throughout the environment, not just in a particular place. It should be spread out to various parts of the country. Thus, it won't become an easy target for the enemy attack. If there is a war between that country and the other country, during the war, because the enemy country knows that the localized place is the economic power of such country, they will be targeting that point in order to bomb such environment or to attack that environment in order to paralyze the economic activities of such country. And that will be easy for them once they know that all the economic power is localized in an environment. Industrialization in West Africa. Industrialization is defined as the process of transforming an economy based on extractive activities into an economy based on manufacturing. That is, it refers to the process by which an economy that is based on agriculture, that is based on fishing, based on logging or mining, is being transformed into one that is based on industry. That is industrialization. And then, what are the roles of industrialization in economic development of a nation? One, it increases the gross national product. It increases the GNP of a particular country. Two, it creates employment opportunities in such country, because those countries, those industries and companies being established will employ so many people. Three, it mass production controls inflation. You know, when there is mass production of goods and services in an economy, it will reduce the price, the general price level in such economy. Thus, it will control the inflation level in that country. Four, technological development of such countries will be high and will be very fast. Therefore, it's another role of industrialization in developing a nation. Five, infrastructural development will also be at a very high rate, because those countries would, those industries being established will definitely improve the infrastructural development. Six, diversification of the economy. It will help those economies to diversify their economy, so much that the economy will not be an economy that will be producing just one product, but it have so many areas that they embark on in terms of production. Also, it improves the standard of living of such economy, and also training and development of skilled manpower. Those industries being established will definitely attract trained manpower, because they need those trained manpower. Not just anybody can work there, and it will encourage the young ones coming to train and develop themselves in terms of technology and some other educational benefits, so that they will be able to work there. Also, we have funding of education and research. Such companies can help and improve the level of education in such environments and the research level. Then, all these are not without some problems. Therefore, what are the problems of industrialization in West Africa? Problems of industrialization in West Africa. One, shortage of raw material. There are shortage of raw materials in West Africa, or there are raw materials, but they are not tapped into. Those are one of the problems, because raw materials made available for the industry in West Africa are insufficient. Two, insufficient capital. There is no enough capital for the industry to operate. Also, we have high degree of foreign dependence. Most of the West African countries depend on foreign goods and services. Some of them will not even provide enough services and goods for the domestic use. Four, poor quality of industrial labors. So many West African countries have a large number of an unskilled labor. Therefore, they could not provide a good quality of industrial labor that will work in such industry. But some of those skilled labor still need to be hired from foreign countries. Also, low purchasing power of the populace. Because of the high level of poverty in so many West African countries, the purchasing power of the populace are very low because they could not afford so many things. Therefore, it's another problem of industrialization in the West African countries, because at the end of the day, their product that is being produced by those industries, most of the people will not be able to afford it and get it, so that the market will move on very well. 6. Inadequate power supply. Power supply is very poor. Therefore, it becomes a huge problem to the industries, because they need to source for their own power supply, which is generating another power supply, which will indirectly increase the cost of production. Also, we have high competition with foreign goods. Most of the West African countries don't really cherish the locally made goods, but they cherish the foreign goods that are being imported from other countries. Therefore, it discourages the industries that are producing locally. 8. Poor management. There is high level of poor management of those industries, so much that they cause problems for the government on how to manage them and make it efficient. Also, we have political instability. Changing political power in West Africa is a problem to the economy, because one government they don't really follow the policies and programs set up and has barely survived policies of the previous government. Therefore, it becomes an instability in the political sector. Inadequate transport and communication facility is another problem. Therefore, it causes problems for those industries. Then bad government policies. And lastly, inadequate skilled manpower. Solution to the problems of industrial development in West Africa. What are the solutions to the above mentioned problems? 1. Good government policy. Government should set up good and encouraging policies for industries. 2. Active government participation. When government participates in some of those industrial activities, and they acquire some of those industrial activities, then it will reduce the cost of production, and it will also make goods and output much more available in the country. 3. Provision of incentives for local industries. Providing incentives such as loan and some other incentives will go a long way. Also, we have provision of transport and communication facilities, then creation of industrial zone where they will be able to operate very well. We also have establishment of industrial banks that can easily and conveniently offer credit facilities to those industries. Then stable government. Stable government, when a country's government is stable, so much that one policy can last long and can really help them in terms of production, it will go a long way. Then local source of raw materials. Depending on the local made raw materials, even those that were not tapping into those materials will really go a long way. 1, because it will make the development in the country to be very fast. 2, it will make the production to be at the very low cost in production. Those are the benefits and the solution to those problems. Then indigenization. Indigenization is the transfer of business enterprise from foreigners to the indigenous. Transferring the ownership of business enterprise in a particular country from foreigners to the indigenous. That is, taking it over from the foreign countries to the indigenous. It is a policy designed to ensure greater participation of indigenous in the ownership, control, and management of business enterprises in the country. Those are the major aims of indigenization, that is to make the indigenes participate more and have ownership of so many larger percentage of the industries in the country. Then it has some advantages. The advantages of indigenization are: one, to ensure that indigenes are participating in the ownership, control, and management of the country, therefore ensure indigenous participation. Two, development of local technology. It will make the local technology to develop at a very fast rate. Three, acceleration of industrial development. Developing the industry will be at a very high rate. Also, reduces foreign control of the economy. You know, when the industry are dominated by the foreigners, indirectly the foreigners are the one controlling the economy. Therefore, in order to reduce it, there is need to transfer the ownership from the foreigners to the indigenous. 5, it leads to local retention of profit. The profits earned by those countries controlled by the foreigners are benefiting their own countries. Therefore, in order to reduce this to increase the local retention of profit, there is need for the ownership to belong to the indigenous. 6, it ensures self-reliance. It ensures that a country can rely on its production without much reliance on the foreign products. Also, it provides employment opportunities, especially for the indigenous. Once